Hi, how are you? Hello to you. It's August 11th. It's a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Heading west out of Hancock. I'm about 2-3 miles out of Hancock now. And Paw Paw will be next, and then Cumberland. Have a good day. Hard to see through these leaves. Every so often, hit a few patches of excess tar oils making its way to the surface, and it's sticky, so the tires grab onto it and make a noise. That's normal, I guess, with the new asphalt. But it's not your tires, it's the surface oils making it to the surface. Can't help but to video the trip, the ride. Why not? I have the camera, so go for it. I commented yesterday I'm going to have to swap the seat, my saddle, to eliminate where the creaking noise is coming from, and swap some pedals around, see if it's that. Process of elimination. Everything feels solid. It's just with some creaking going on. I think it's either the saddle, because it's a B67 Brooks. It has the springs. So it might just be my 250 some pounds on there. I'm pedaling in assist 1, so my legs are fresh, plenty of energy, so that's what I'm doing right now. Plus I need to be conservative on my power, riding the e-bike this time again, because my only point of it to charge would be Paw Paw. There's a park about a half mile or so outside of town, a little league park with a facility there if it's on. Hopefully it's not like Williamsport where the power was turned off. But I'll be conservative enough that I have one spare battery with me today. I left the second one home just to see if how I can do with just one spare battery. It's less margin, but it should be okay. As long as I keep it in a low assist, I'll be fine. This bike is hard to pedal when there's no power. A lot of resistance on the motor, belt, whatever. Here the train crossed the river over in West Virginia. It's where the old B&O line ran back in the 1800s. This, of course, was western Maryland. This is the rail trail we have today. It's going to get up to about 90, but it's pretty cool in this tunnel of trees. Still hear the cicadas. Hey, just look at that asphalt job they did. That's awesome. And then they put the stone on the side and it's hardened up pretty good. Avoid the real far edge though, if you happen to go off track. This is pretty good. Nice and smooth. Look left, look right. So on the left, if you have a couple bucks, I'm not sure what the cost is, but there's water. Driveway access, crossing. I'm always looking left and right on these and slowing up. No matter how it looks in the video, I'm always looking left and right. On the west side of the rail trail, like this, there's a gentle climb in parts of this. Hard to see from the video, but I'd say maybe 0.5%, maybe 1%. You can't see too well, but the towpath is right down there. You'll see the towpath better up here, I think. And about 5 miles, and around mile 23 of the rail trail, is a crossover. But there's also another crossover right before the bridge that is out or closed on the towpath. I'm liking the setup I have on my handlebar, especially this cup right here in the holder. I tell you, I've used that so much. I grab my cup, slide the opening, drink from it, put it back. Also the feed bags, well, the feed bag, I usually have 2. I took one off for someone to use. But I like the setup. And the mirrors, I've actually become more used to the mirrors the way they are here positioned. Instead of going straight out horizontal, I like them vertical. Got a bell. The light is attached to the e-bike battery. And it's got a sensor on when it gets dark. I also have an alternate holder for a light. And I carry 2 or 3 extra ones. Hello, how are you? Hi there, how are you? Just past mile 20 on the rail trail. And there was a lock down below us on the left from the towpath. Not accessible yet. There's one up here somewhere on the left, accessible down to a lock down to the towpath. That's actually like a bypass detour. If you were on the towpath itself, you could use it. It's up here. Right, so this is a crossover down to the rail trail right here. It's about mile 20 something on the rail trail here. Right, so let's walk down here real quick for the detour. If you're on the rail trail, you don't need this. But if you're on the towpath, if you're heading west, you'll want to take this because there's a bridge closed out about a 1/4 mile further at 130.3. It's a little steep down here at the bottom, and it's a grade going up. You're pushing your gear. That's a towpath over here. So it's lock 55. Watch your step. Yeah, there's a bridge that's sunk in the middle, and it's separating the beams, so it's closed ahead. It's gated off with like snow fence. I won't say what you need to do, but it'd be tough trying to lift it over, but you shouldn't do that anyway. They have it closed. So this is the detour. Walk down here real quick. This is historical in nature. I think this is about as far as the canal went originally, and then when they finished the Pawpaw Tunnel, they met down here. I think they would somehow get it from the river and then transport it up here. Oh no, I forgot the story on that. Watch your step, don't fall off. That's the Potomac River. I don't know if at the end of that lock, if it connects to the river down further into the woods originally. And they would somehow offload what was brought up onto another barge and then went across into the actual canal. I'm thinking that's what they did. I might be wrong. So how'd they get supplies from the river over to the canal when this is as far as the canal went originally until they finished the Pawpaw Tunnel? So Lock 55. You don't really want to do this detour if you don't have to. So take the rail trail and stay on it. That avoids this. But if you do, if you have a heavy load, it's going to be kind of a push up. Otherwise, it's okay. Okay, now to carry on. So west is that way. Another 3 miles, there's another crossover. And that you could take back down to the towpath if that's what you want to do. But the rail trail continues for about another, 6 miles after this? After the crossover up there. Okay, moving again. I think this is where the stream is. It leads down to that bridge that's closed on the left at the towpath. Might be hard to see it from here. Yeah, there it is. All right, so about 2.5 miles further is the crossover back to the towpath, which I'm not taking today yet. I'm going to stay on the rail trail up until the point where it crosses over to the towpath for about 2.5 miles. And then we're at near the end of the rail trail once we get to Little Orleans community near Bill's place. But that's a little ways, a few miles. Hey. So if you stay on the rail trail, you don't need to worry about anything about the towpath detours here. It's only if you're on the towpath, then you need to go around that bridge officially. The bridge is closed at towpath 130.3. Mile 21 of the rail trail. 2 more miles of the rail trail until you cross over, if you wanted to the towpath. This is how you drive in if you're out on I-68, several miles out. So that's the path down to the towpath. This is about 136.2 on the towpath down there. If you're on the rail trail, keep going. It'll lead to a ramp at about 138. And then you're down on the towpath to bypass a tunnel, the Indigo Tunnel, that's closed off for about 2.25 miles. Then you get back on the rail trail for about another 3/4 of a mile, where the through route going west, you want to get on the towpath at that point. Down through the parking lot, down past Bill's place, through the little underpass, and then continue the towpath over there. You'll see it, I think. I'll show you. Stay tuned. Meanwhile, this is the rail trail continuing west past 136.2 crossover. Mile 23, and the towpath is right down there. We'll be on that shortly. Mile 138 on the towpath marker back there. A lot more tire resistance in the towpath than the rail trail, obviously. Rail Trail 25, right after towpath 139. Indigo Neck campsite. Can't see it, but that's where the other ramp is going back up to the rail trail. Even from here you can feel the cool air from the tunnel. It's like air conditioning, but you also smell the creosote a little bit. Let's walk up here. Been here several times. Watch our step here. See if there's water still in the tunnel. Yes, that feels nice. So if you're hot, this is the place to be right now. It's like about 4,000 feet long, give or take a couple hundred. Quail or something. Okay, head back. It's a little wet here. Watch my footing. So I'm back on this for just a short while, less than a mile. And I'll cut through the parking lot to go down to the towpath. Active road, look left and right. That's Bill's place down there. We'll see it again in a second. His hours are normally Thursday to Sunday. It's Monday, and he takes cash only. He has an ATM machine if you need cash. So this is a big parking lot for the rail trail. Watch traffic. They don't stop from that direction, nor do they stop from right here. Towpath continues over there on the left, east. This goes west. Further down to the left was the boat ramp. It's a nice area. Okay, from here for the next 15 or 16 miles, it gets a little rough. Just have to watch the potholes, really. That's the biggest thing. And a few rocks, a couple roots. Until you get on the other side of the tunnel in about 16 miles, 15 miles, you're not going to have a lot of service, or hardly any service. Some places, none at all. Most places. So, mile 141. The tunnel's at about 155. I just refilled his water bottle. I had a couple extra fresh waters and gave him half a liter. He'll be good until Hancock at the Casino Bicycle Shop. Meanwhile, I'm going west behind me. About another 15 miles, 14 miles to the Pawpaw Tunnel. You'll see that railroad track two more times. That was 143.5. We'll see it again. 147 and 151. This towpath follows the river and it weaves several bends. Block 58. Devil's Alley Hiker Biker Campsite, 144.5. about mile 149. Stick Pile Hill. This is what they call the Bonds Landing crossing. There's a road that goes back to the left, and it's state forest campsites. Paid campsites, about I think $10 a night down there. Bonds Landing is about the 25-mile mark from Hancock. I'm about half, not quite half of a battery charge. I've been doing 1, 2, and 3 assist, mostly 2 and 1. Block 61. That was just after the 153 marker. Up here on the right, about another 1/10 of a mile, is a little trail back to the state forest where there's a road coming down, a one-way steep road coming down, state forest road, to go to a state campsite. It's $10 a night, totally primitive. There's nothing there, maybe a fire ring, but that's off to the right up here. We don't advise to use it unless you really want to. The better campsite to use will be up here on your left, about another mile. Back that trail about a couple hundred yards, goes to a state forest campsite, number 66 or 67. Anyways, if you really had to get out to bypass the tunnel, that's where you would go, but it goes out to state forest roads. Up here further, about another 8/10 of a mile or so, is a campsite on the left, Sorrel Ridge campsite, 154.2 I think, and it's just a regular hiker biker campsite. But again, we're still in the area where there's no cell service, no internet. I don't even think you can call out, at least I can't. Once you go through the tunnel at 155, and that's about 6/10 of a mile, once you get on the other side, you have internet and cell service. And then down around 156.1 or 2 is a bike path into town. It's been a rough ride trying to avoid a lot of holes, roots, rocks. Small rocks, just enough. If you went over them, they'd bump you some. For the past, well, since Little Orleans area. Sorrel Ridge campsite, hiker-biker campsite, 154.2. I haven't checked if the pumps work in any of these campsites. Usually they do. Sometimes you run into low water though. During a period like now, there hadn't been rain for a while. But they might have water. That's the first thing you want to do, or I'd do, if I was going to camp at one of these. Some of those crossings like that have a little lip, inch or so lip, so make sure you have enough power to get over it and balance if you slow down like that. Now this is the 63 1/3 lock. I read they reserved a lock number, but they never used it. So I'm not really sure why they went to the thirds and 2/3. It's the only place it's like this. And here's a 64 2/3 lock. And here's the full 66 lock. So we're missing 65. Okay. We're not going this way. We need to go down to the tow path. A little bit of technical riding here. One-handed on the handlebar, one on the phone camera. Most times this tunnel down through here is wet, it's dripping, but it's dry. We haven't had rain for a good while. Some of the work they've been doing here. Part of it's probably to check the structure. The integrity of the brick. So I'm walking through here and my hip is right against my saddle, my bike seat, and that's what it is. That creaking is the saddle. I think I've got to tighten it up to stretch it. It's sagging, I think. But that's what it is, part of it anyway. Yeah, there's some water right here. It's dripping from the ceiling of the bricks. About halfway through. Looks like someone's been repointing the brick. Here's a place where they've removed some of the mortar so they can repoint. the bricks. It's a lot of bricks to maintain. I'm through. 6/10 of a mile. $156. Papa exit is up here, just after the underpass of the highway. That way down to the parking lot and to the drive-in campsite. To the left up here is down to Pawpaw. Straight ahead, 28 miles, is Cumberland. Bike path here on the right. So my goal is to go down and see if I can get access to the town park and see if the electric is on and recharge for about an hour and then continue on. A little bit of a climb coming back to use the bike path. Watch the cracks. West Virginia, coming up to the town of Pawpaw. Liberty gas station, they have food, of course other stuff. Dollar General across there. First lane is where I was going to camp, but I decided to push on through. If the surface is all like this, that'd be wonderful. That goes out to Sulphur Spring Road and then out to Maryland 51 back there. If you needed to go up. Two and a half miles left. I just changed battery over. A full charge from Pawpaw got me within about a couple miles of Cumberland. 500 watt battery. I was running 3 and mostly 4 assist. Trying to get here a little quicker. Feet are sore. I need to get a throttle.